Just a quick message before this video starts. I am holding a $10 Steam gift card giveaway. All you have to do is follow the link in the description to my giveaway video, subscribe to the channel, comment giveaway on that video, and you will be entered for the gift card, and I will be giving that away on Saturday, February 10th. So make sure you guys enter before then, and enjoy the rest of the video. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to episode number 15 of the Expert Mode Calamity Mod Let's Play series. Today we are going to do SKELETRON, or at least hopefully, because I always have trouble with SKELETRON in Expert Mode, and I'm not exactly sure why, other than the fact that he's just extremely hard. But anyways, we're starting off here at the Hall of Commenters, and number 8 is Binau Tutor. I probably just extremely butchered that name, and I apologize for that, but I did do a bit of work off camera. So if you go all the way over to the dungeon, you can see that's not the normal dungeon. That is actually a dungeon house that I'm working on, but I have a bit of a problem, and that is we don't have a molten hamax, and this thing right here, the aerial hamax, can't actually break the dungeon walls, and I think only the molten hamax can in pre-hard mode. Pretty much what that means is before we go over there and do SKELETRON and kind of do that whole fiasco, we need to go back to the underworld, possibly get another obsidian skin, because I'm not honestly sure if I have one right now, and mine just a tiny bit more hellstone so we can actually get that. And I just realized I don't have any of my pets on, which I tend to do when I'm building, and I never remember to put them back on. Alright, anyways, I'm just gonna skip out this whole underworld part because you've already seen the underworld too many times, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mine that off camera. A very, very long time later, and many deaths later, we finally have a good amount of obsidian and hellstone. So once again, we are going to convert this all into bars. Now this is also a good thing, because all the other weird, like, hellstone things that we didn't have last time, we also now can make. Almost a platinum later, and we've only got a Ruthless Bee's Knees, but I thought, you know, we're going to be using this for SKELETRON and probably Wall of Flesh, so I might as well kind of invest some money in getting that a good reforge. But anyways, I just realized, so here's the problem I was describing earlier. So I couldn't before break walls over there, so I don't have a bed that I can actually set my spawn point, and I have to travel from here all the way over to here. That's pretty much the entire map, like every time I wanted to do that. So it kind of sucks. So what I need to do is bring some wood with me, so that way we can, number one, make an arena, because we don't even have an arena yet. I just made the house. And number two, so that we can actually set our spawn point over there, which I haven't been able to do yet, which has been very, very painful. Well, apparently not even the molten hamax can break these walls, so I'm not exactly sure what, but that is kind of bad news, because that means I have to build some sort of other wooden house structure thing to live in for the time being, because I apparently just cannot break that, and not being able to set my spawn point over here would absolutely suck. But that also sucks because I was planning to have like the Dryad and Nurse move in here, so in case I needed either one of them, I could use that. But that appears like that's not gonna work unless I make some sort of like weird house thing here. So I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and build the arena, or at least attempt to build the arena before tonight, so I don't have to wait an entire another night. It just turned nighttime, and of course, what does it do? It starts raining. Either way, I'm not going to delay this because we need to get started, so we're going to pre-nade this, and then boom, run, so you can see right away we have a bunch of bees on him. And I'm going to buff, I'm not going to forget to do that. So basically right now, what my goal is not to get stun locked like that, but it's just to take out those stupid hands of his, because pretty much you can't, like, you can see the bees right now, they're doing like 1 damage to his head. And so pretty much you can't do damage to his head until you take out his hands. And I'm not sure if it's both of his hands or if it's just one, but either way, we need to take them both out. And you see I did build quite a big arena here. And we are on the part that I didn't put campfires on, of course. And one hand is down already, which is not good. I wanted to get them both down at once because of that, right? Are they both? No. Okay, so they're both down now, but those skulls, that's literally the only part we have to worry about. But right now you can see we're doing a lot more damage to him. And I think with only his head left, I think that's pretty much... Oh boy, maybe not. I was gonna say I think that's pretty much it for this fight now that his head's gone. But you can see when we're in this little box here, you can't actually shoot the skulls. But the problem with sitting in that box alone and still is that he gets really close to us, and then if he starts spinning while we're in this box, we really can't do anything about it, because if we use our Cthulhu dash, he actually will not like move because we'll be stuck in his head, and when we try and dash, he will just wreck us. And we have more skulls coming out here. I'm trying to get to the nurse because we can just sit in the nurse's house, and then when he charges, so we can hide in here, and then when he charges like that, we can just go out, and that was extremely easy. So you can see Skeletron has been defeated, but we also have Blighted Sludge spreads throughout the world's evil. So if you remember from one of the past episodes, I was talking about how in the Slime God, that's right, the Slime God, you actually have to kill those blighted sludges or whatever, and we spent forever looking for them, and we never could because we found out those don't actually spawn until we defeat Skeletron. But now we just did, so we can actually go ahead and do that. So we got a Book of Skulls, which is cool. We normally don't get that. And then we also got a Deadly Bone Glove, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep those in here. Now you can see I did make some storage so that we don't have to keep going back to the other house when we're dungeon exploring, because it's inevitable that our inventory will fill up. But we can go ahead and enter the dungeon. Now I'm not going to do this all on camera because the dungeon is massive, and it takes a long time, honestly, to do all of the dungeon. But I will time-lapse it just because it is new. Well, it's not really new, but for this series it's new. So I'm just going to go into a time-lapse, and I'll come back when I find a chest or something interesting. So we already have our first golden key, and we have a Muramasa, which means we can in fact get a Knight's Edge already, which is pretty sick if you ask me. Now, I'm not going to use the Knight's Edge per se, but I'm pretty sure in Calamity there is a pretty cool weapon that requires the Knight's Edge, but don't quote me on that because I'm not sure.
Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror.
We got another key. I think you saw that dungeon slime was actually in a lake outside the dungeon, which is kind of odd. And we do have a Cobalt Shield as we are getting absolutely murked by all these angry bones. But honestly, the Cobalt Shield is probably the most important thing to get out of the dungeon, and it's a good sign that we already have that and the Muramasa. So really right now the only other thing that I'm absolutely, well, not absolutely, but what I do really want out of the dungeon would be a pistol, so that we can make the Phoenix Blaster, because the Phoenix Blaster is not only an amazing early hard mode weapon, but it also, I'm sorry, I can't talk today, is very good against the Wall of Flesh. And we just got another golden key out of that pot. Let's go ahead and open up this chest, and we got a Blue Moon. We also got a Bone Welder, which is cool, because I think we are definitely going to make some bone furniture in our house up there. Anyways, without anything else in the immediate future, I guess I will go ahead and start the time-lapse again.
We got history, yeah.
We just got a bundle of good items. So we just got an ancient shiv that dropped from a dark caster, which seems to be a part of that whole, like, I don't even know, like the short sword line that Calamity has. Oh, and there's a dungeon slime up here. And then we also just got a alchemy table, I'm sorry. We found the mechanic, which I think is somewhere, yeah, she's right up there. And then we also got mana jelly, which gives us plus 20 max what the heck are those? Yeah, I'm not... They're water spheres, but I'm not sure why they stopped. And then we have a Godly Valor, which is the same as our Aorta, but I think that one looks a lot cooler. So I am going to use this one. Oh, and there's a dungeon slime over there, which I'm going to try and mine over because I'm not... Oh, I think we can get up through here. Either way, I think there was one more item we got. Let's see. No, actually, I think that was it. Either way, though, that was a bundle of good items, and I'm definitely happy we got all that. But I will not go back to the time-lapse because we just got another golden key, which definitely is handy. And, oh, there's the jungle chest. So, I know I said this in my last Let's Play, but just another good tip in case you guys didn't watch this. Go ahead and surround your biome chests like that in torches, so then later in the game when you are trying to, and I just made a good dodge there, but later in the game when you're trying to find those chests, because I know I always struggle and like the end of the game I'm trying to find the chest and it takes me absolutely forever. Well, if you go on your map, you can see it's pretty obvious where that chest is on the map just by looking, because of that unique torch structure there. So that's just a little tip if you guys have trouble finding those. But we have 2 golden keys. I think at this point I'm just gonna open this chest right here, and then I will just not do any more chests on the normal speed. I'll just time lapse the rest of the chest because you guys know the dungeon loot. Unless we get something new from the dungeon loot, I think I'll just time lapse the rest.
You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground.
Mythical Water Bolt. That's cool, I guess. So the other things I got off camera, at least since I last said anything, I got a tally counter, which is really good, and then I also got a shadow key, meaning we probably in this episode or the next will go open a bunch of shadow chests. But I know this episode is already going to be long, because of the fact that just the dungeon and Skeletron in a single episode is a ton to do. So as I ramble here and make the episode longer, I think I'm just going to cut out the rest of my dungeon exploration and the time it takes me to transfer all of the stuff I have gotten over to our regular base. Alright, so I took everything back to the house. I sorted everything out. You can see I have a few new crafting stations here. And then I also expanded the chest room. Now, off camera after this episode, I'm going to reorganize all this, because like miscellaneous is just filled with, well, miscellaneous stuff that could be sorted. So I'm going to do that. And then, as you can see in my inventory, we have a lot of stuff. And that is because I realized we have a lot of things that we could make that we just haven't and that I need to combine. So, we're going to make the Goblin Tech, Tiger Climbing Gear, and then down here, we need to go make 2 obsidian skulls, which will then allow me to make, number 1, an obsidian shield, number 2, obsidian water walking boots, and then into lava waders. And then, we also need to go back down to the anvil here to combine our hellstone bars to make a phoenix blaster, and then we also need a fiery greatsword, because then all we have to do is go to a, man, what's the name of it? Demon altar, and we can make a knight's edge. But we're also going to make a flame burst short sword because, actually I have to go get them from my chest, but we can also make the knight's edge version of like the short swords. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. Okay, so it's actually called the knight's stabber, and we just have to craft a spore knife as well. And now we have all the ingredients for that. Oh yeah, and then also we need to go, I think, to, yeah, here, get 10 chains, then go to our table up here and make a platinum watch which will then allow us to make a GPS. So we just did a lot of stuff. This episode was huge in terms of items and progression, which is good, but it's also kind of bad because this episode, I already know, is extremely long, and there's so much more stuff I want to do. Alright, so I got to the Demon Altar, and you can see... Oh, wait, hold on. So, we have the Knight Stabber, but we also have the Bloody Edge, which apparently... Oh my... Hold on. Chance to heal the player on enemy hits, and it's 50 damage. But the Knight's Edge has none of that, and it's only 49 damage. And they have... And this has a faster speed. Why would I not make this? There's the, Oh my... Hold on. Let me take a moment to appreciate that we have a weapon, pre-hard mode, that does 67 damage. Enemies release homing dark energy on death. Excuse me? The True Knight Stabber. Maybe I'm gonna use this thing. 67 damage, wow. And I guess I'm gonna make the Bloody's Edge just because the fact that it's new. Oh. Maybe now I see why it does more damage. Because that thing is tiny. But we have also the True Bloody's Edge, which looks kind of cool, which then transforms into a lot of stuff that I don't want to really get into right now. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's episode. I apologize for it being pretty long, but there was just a lot of stuff I needed to do and had to do. And so I don't make it any longer. I'm just going to stop rambling. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.